Welcome to Foundations. I am Bree Morena de Santos. Pretty sure I know everyone, but for the recording, right? And welcome to our class. Today we're going to be doing a nice gentle floor flow that is emotional releasing. Yay! You were looking forward to that, weren't you? You don't have to release your emotions here, but your body will do it, right? And that is the idea. So taking a moment, we're going to begin in our easy seat, Sukhasana, pretzel pose. Maybe let the palms face down, pressing into your knees or the top of your legs. Take a moment, maybe just notice how the body's feeling. Allow the shoulders to relax, the jaw. Feeling if there's any tension happening around the brows, the forehead. Noticing if you're trying to hold your legs up and see if you can allow the palms to ground your muscles. And if it feels good, start to close down the eyes or just allow your gaze to go off the tip of your nose. And just take a moment. Allow yourself to observe all that is around you. Listening to the sounds, feeling the temperature, maybe noticing any particular smell. And then allow yourself to sense your breath. Just feel the breath in your body. Start to feel the sensations on the inhale, feeling the lungs, feeling the sensation on the exhale. And just notice as you start to inhale and exhale, maybe you can feel your body rising and falling, feeling any particular expansion that might be happening in the chest or back, belly or side body. And then allow yourself to feel that lightness. As you inhale, imagine you're like a feather. And as you exhale, feel yourself get a little heavy. Allow yourself to feel your yoga mat beneath you. And taking a moment as your breath becomes more intentional with every inhale. Now, as you exhale, feel your palms pressing into your legs. Notice how heavy or how grounded you feel with the exhale. And then begin to allow yourself to think of your intention. Bringing to mind your why. And having gratitude. And then taking 3 rounds of breath where you allow your exhalations to escape right through your mouth. Maybe a few audible exhales. Like a symphony in here. And when you're ready, we're going to inhale the hands as they gently float all the way up toward the ceiling, stretching in both directions. Maybe getting a gentle heart opener, a little bend through the back. And then as you exhale, let the fingertips float through the air, palms facing down, tucking your chin toward your chest. We will repeat as you flip your palms up, starting to imagine that you are sort of drawing the energy up, up, up overhead. And then as you exhale, feel that lightness, feel that connection, and start to allow that lightness to turn a little bit more heavy as the palms reach towards your mat. And repeat one more time. Inhale. Feel yourself pressing back into the ground as your fingers rise towards the ceiling. And then exhale, everything floats right back down by your side. We're gonna take a moment, we're gonna place our hands over our knees, and we're just gonna move the body intuitively, dipping the heart, maybe bending through the spine, making some gentle circles. Your eyes can stay nice and soft. Maybe moving the head, releasing any tension in the shoulders and the neck, the jaw. Feeling a gentle massage through your glutes. And when you're ready, just take it over to the other direction. Adding in whatever your body is requesting. We're gonna come back to center. And then we're gonna take one of our hands way off of the mat, the other hand overhead, and then take your eyes towards your mat or towards your knee, and just shake your head from side to side. And it doesn't matter which side you chose first. Taking another stretch, maybe wiggling your fingers in the air, releasing any tension in your wrist. And then we're gonna come back through center. We're gonna just simply take it on the other side, sliding our hands way off of the mat, the other head way overhead, stretching the side body, releasing any tension in the jaw, the neck, maybe the wrist, the fingers, and still staying connected with your breath. Whenever you're ready, we're gonna come back through center. We're gonna take a gentle twist. One hand can capture the opposite knee, just twisting the body. Again, not worrying about which side you started. Finding your breath, not holding. And on your next exhale, just twisting to the opposite side. Your palm grabbing on to your knee, top of your leg, nice and comfortable. Finding the breath. And then exhale, twist out of it. We're going to bring the bottoms of the feet together. Hands on the ankles or higher. Take a moment here. Notice your shoulders. Maybe lift them into your ears. Gently guide them down your back. Tucking your chin toward your chest. Drawing your heels toward your pelvis. If it feels good, you can rock from side to side, or you can gently maybe move your knees up and down. Just getting any flexion you need. Any gentle, subtle movement. Taking a round of breath. And then when you're ready, we're going to purposely round the spine, encapsulate the heart. Let the shoulders roll forward and just take a moment and feel that stretch through the back of your neck, down toward your tailbone. Not forcing your hips to open, not forcing anything, letting the knees get heavy. And of course, you can stay here. You can start to guide your nose toward the toes. And just nice and calm and gentle. if you are folding your body together, try not to rest your arms down and pressing into your inner thighs. We don't want to force anything, just let gravity take its course. And then take one deep round of breath. Slowly roll up. We're going to draw the knees together. We're going to bring our hands right under the knees. We're going to take some seated cat-cows here, but before we do, let's just go ahead and point and flex the toes. Maybe wiggle the toes, maybe spread them a little bit, whatever you need here. Yeah, that's right. And then when you're ready, we're going to go ahead and we're going to ground the feet and take a deep inhale. As you exhale, tuck the chin around the spine, lengthen the arms, feel your toes pressing into your mat. As you inhale, slowly start to lift up, nose towards the ceiling, draw the shoulder blades together. Exhale, tuck your chin around your spine. And slowly but surely start to move through your seated cat-cows. Enjoying your spinal flexion, taking a little time on one side if that feels really good. Maybe feeling a little gentle grounding and massage throughout your glutes. Maybe wiggling your toes. And of course, relaxing through the jaw. That's right. Yes. Taking one more full round, we're going to come back to a nice neutral. And when you arrive, we're going to come all the way over into all four, taking our time. We're going to walk our hands out in front of us. We're going to melt our heart down toward our mat, like a stretchy kitty cat or maybe a puppy pose. We're going to take a few rounds of breath here. Spreading those fingers, pressing the palms right into your mat, feeling that grounding. Feeling your heart melt down, feeling your tail pressing toward the back of your mat. Inviting that deeper side body stretch. And then we're going to come back to tabletop. We're going to drop our forearms all the way down to the mat. We're going to slide our feet out behind us. We're going to come belly down. We're going to find ourselves in a sphinx. Take a moment and just tuck your chin toward your chest. Notice if you feel a deeper stretch toward your lumbar spine. If this is too much, then you can slowly start to lift up through the belly button. If you like, you can melt your entire hip bones down to the mat. Start to lift your nose up toward the sky, feeling a deeper stretch, coming a little bit mid part of your back. And then as you exhale, we're going to lower all the way down, stacking our hands one over the other. Place your forehead down and take a moment and find your breath. Coming into this gentle crocodile pose. Take a moment here and somatically feel your breath moving through your body. Feel that response as you take a deep inhale, maybe feeling your belly floating toward your mat. Taking one more full round. We're going to draw our hands by our side. Take your time. We're going to press up. Our tail is going to look for our heels. We're going to come into a child's pose. And your knees can be separated or together. Whatever feels best for you. We're going to take a moment. We're just going to hang out here for 3 full rounds of breath. We're gonna start to move through a little gentle flow here. So we're gonna slowly start to rise when you're ready. Take your time. You're seated on your heels. You're going to inhale your hands up into the air. Exhale your palms together right toward your heart space. Tucking your chin toward your chest. Inhale and reverse the palms up. Interlace the fingers, flip the palms, lift the heart. Take a deep stretch. Exhale, fold. Drop your forearms, come into a tabletop, slide your legs behind you, lift your heart, lift your nose. Coming into that Sphinx pose. Lower your heart, bring your hands by your side, lift up, tail to heels, into like a child's pose. Coming through traditional tabletop, palms pressing into the earth, right under your shoulders. Right foot's gonna come in between your thumbs, slide your leg behind you. Your left hand can be on a block or on the mat. Right hand lifting toward the sky, twisting toward your thigh. Taking a moment, find your breath. We're going to exhale that hand down. And we're going to come back through tabletop. Take your time, no rush. And we're going to move the body intuitively, making big circles, figure eights, whatever feels good here. Just releasing any tension in the body. Switching directions if you need to. We will make sure our hands are right under the shoulders as we come back to tabletop, palms pressing into the mat, fingers nice and wide. Left foot's gonna come in between the thumbs, slide that right foot behind you. Take a moment here in this low lunge. Right hand on the earth or a block, left hand towards the sky, twisting toward that thigh. Taking a nice deep round of breath here. Exhale, release when you're ready. Take your time. We're gonna bring that foot back through, coming into that tabletop. Walk your hands forward, come into that stretchy kitty cat or puppy pose. And this time we're gonna take our eyes towards the top of our mat and we're going to slowly shift our weight forward, coming into a little sill on a rock. Nose nice and high, balancing a little ball there. Option to press into the tops of your feet, coming into an up dog. Either way, we're going to exhale, release our tail to our heels. Slowly rise, take your time, seated on your heels. Inhale your hands way high. And this time, exhale, cactus arms, lifting your heart, drawing your shoulder blades together. 2 more times, inhale up. Option to open your mouth and stick out your tongue for lion's breath. Inhale, rise. Exhale. Yes. Inhale up. Exhale the hands back to heart space. Palms pressed together. A gentle tuck of the chin toward your body. Take a moment. Find your breath. We will reverse our palms up, 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 up. Interlace your fingers. Flip your palms up toward the sky. Take a deep, deep, deep heart opener and a little back bend. Exhale, fold forward. Come back to tabletop, hands are right under the shoulders. We're gonna take a moment here, we're gonna move the body intuitively, making figure eights or big circles. Maybe play with the toes, maybe tucking them, releasing them, stretching them, whatever feels good. Both directions. That's right. We're gonna come back through center whenever you're ready. And we're gonna shift our weight into that left hand. The right hand's gonna go toward the sky. We're gonna stick that hip out, eye gazes up, taking a gentle twist, maybe even turning the heart a little bit higher. Just let that hand just kind of float through the air. One more round of breath. And then exhale, slowly lower, eye gazes down toward your mat. Shift your weight into the right hand, left hand into the air. And stick out that left hip, getting a little bit of that deeper stretch through the side body. As you press your palm into the floor, start to see if you can lift your heart up toward the ceiling and get a little bit more of a twist in your spine. One more round of breath. Yes. Exhale, release the hand back to where you found it. Woo. Take a moment here and let's just do some hip dips, just dropping our hip from side to side. If this doesn't feel good, you can just wiggle your puppy tail. You can even lengthen your legs behind you if that feels even better, getting a little bit deeper into that twist, into that stretch. Kind of feels like a sail here too. That's right. We're gonna come back through tabletop whenever you're ready. From here, we're going to tuck our toes and we're gonna come and walk our hands toward the back, or toward us, I should say. We're gonna come into a little yogi ball. This is a great place to have a block under your hands. We're just gonna take a moment here. Now, I advise that you enjoy your hands nice and grounded, maybe just focusing on the toes, but if you wish to make this more of a balance-focused practice for you, you can wrap your hands around your legs, tuck your chin toward your chest. Find your breath. Notice if you can feel some expansion in your body. One more round, getting right into those yogi toes. That's right. And then we're gonna slowly come out of this. Take your time. Remember, you can always place a blanket right under your knees. Flatten your feet as you come back to tabletop. We're going to lengthen that right foot behind us. Tuck the toes. Press the toes into your mat. Press your palms into your mat as well and shift your weight toward the back of your mat, getting right into the calves. Just take a moment, find your breath here. We're gonna press through the toes, shift our weight forward, and we're gonna shift our weight back and forth, just a few rounds. Going right through the toes, right through the toes. That's right. And then we're gonna come right back to a static hold. Take your time. We're gonna lift the toes gently off of the mat in line with the spine. Tuck the toes towards your nose, press the mat away from you. Feel yourself get a little more lengthened, a little taller. Feel that engagement through your core. Find your breath. Eyes are right toward the thumbs, just relaxing through your cervical spine, through the back of your neck. One more round of breath. We're gonna come back to center tabletop, bend the knee, and lengthen the opposite leg. If you need to take a moment and relax your hands or do some wiggles, honor that. Otherwise, we're gonna continue. You're gonna press into your mat, shifting your weight back, getting right into the calf. Find your breath. Being really careful with your knees, right? Always. As you shift your weight back towards your toes, shifting your weight forward, we're gonna just undulate front to back to front, moving the body, moving through the toes. Keeping those fingers nice and spread, you can also gather your mat into the palms of your hands. Right at the top of your mat, you can just make little fists. Take some pressure off. We're gonna hold the pose statically, shifting our weight nice and neutral. Press the earth away from you. Start to lift that foot off of the mat in line with your spine. Toes pointing toward your nose. Take a moment here. Find that empowerment that lives right deep inside of you. Feeling that core engagement. No spaghetti arms, right? If we can help it. Finding the breath. Letting it come. One more round. Woo. Relax. Yes. Take a moment. Do whatever intuitively you need. Making circles. Wagging your puppy tail. We're going to come into a gentle child's pose just to rest the arms. Take your time. If you like, the knees can be as wide as the edges of your mat. You can bring a block right under your forehead if that feels really good. Yes. And just sense the breath. Notice if any thoughts are intruding into the mind. See if you can redirect them with the sound of your breath. That's right. Yes. Taking another round. Whenever you're ready, we're going to make our way right back to tabletop. That right foot's going to come back in between your thumbs. This time we're going to tuck the back toe and lift that back knee. We're going to stay in that low lunge. Feel free to bring your blocks under your hands. Eye gazes are right down toward the mat. Keep your spine nice and neutral. If you need to drop your knee and flatten your foot, please do honor that. Taking some really good rounds of breath here. Yes. Taking one more round. We're going to take that right hand and we're going to walk it on the inside of that right foot, and we're going to walk that right foot on the outside. When you're ready, we're going to drop that back knee, flatten that foot. If not already, we're going to come into this deeper pose, this dragon or lizard pose. And you can stay high up on your hands with your lengthened arms. You can come down on your forearms. You can use your blocks, or my favorite, I shift my weight into my left hand and my right hand comes on the inner of my right thigh. And I like to bring my edge of my right foot kind of up, lifting that foot, getting deeper into that hip flexor. But whatever feels good for you, right? We're going to hang out here for 3 really deep rounds of breath wherever you are. And if you need to move around, please honor that. Yeah. Breathe. Making sure you're not holding any tension in your neck and jaw, which might creep up on you. So just noticing that. Yes. And once you've concluded your delicious 3 rounds of breath, slowly come up, walk that foot right in between the hands again. Tuck the back toe, lift that back knee. We're going to step that back foot forward. Take a moment in your forward fold, and we're going to pedal it out here. Bend your knees, shake your head, hang loose, hang heavy. Maybe make some little bendy stretchies. I like to sometimes pretend I'm doing little bounces. And just make sure you're moving around a little bit. Release any tension in your wrists. Maybe interlace the fingers and draw the palms towards the mat if that feels good. Grabbing opposite elbow, swaying from side to side. Lifting your yogi toes and dropping them one by one. Now, whenever you're ready, we're going to stay here for another moment. We're going to draw our navel in. You're going to feel that connection back to the core. Find your breath. And on your next exhale, walk your hands over to the right. This is another great place to have your block. And as you are drawing your navel in, go ahead and release your navel. Let your breath help you balloon your belly toward your thighs. Release any tension in your jaw and your neck. Think of this as a digestive pose, so you want to encourage your body to let go. You're not trying to hold your core. This isn't an abdominal practice, right? Release. One more round of breath. And look for an exhale. Draw yourself center. We're going to inhale, lift halfway. Let your fingers come all the way up your shins towards your knees, really coming all the way up halfway. Exhale, folding. Yes, let's do 2 more. Inhale, let those fingertips come all the way up. Feel your fingertips touching your own legs versus your neighbors, right? Exhale, let it go. When I said that, I was like, well, where else are they going? And then one more time, inhale up. So when I teach kids, I have to be very specific because somehow they think I'm talking about someone else. Exhale, release. It's fascinating. How did you get that, sir? Go ahead and pedal it out. And then when you're ready, we're gonna keep those knees nice and bent. Slowly draw your navel in. Feel that core engagement. Make that connection in your mind. And then on your next exhale, walk your hands over to the opposite side. Feel free to take your block. And then as you exhale again, let your navel release. Let your belly get full. Let your breath guide your belly towards your thighs. And just notice that difference when you engage your core and when you release and relax it. We want that connection there. It helps us with our pelvic floor, helps us with our diaphragmatic breathing. Notice if you're holding tension in your shoulders, your neck, your jaw, almost like you're trying to carry your head. Just let your head float. I know you've been in an inversion for a long time. One more round of breath. Look for an exhale, bring yourself back center. Take a moment. Inhale, let your fingers come all the way up your shins, halfway lift. Exhale, gentle fold forward. We're gonna take two more. Inhale. Exhale, release. Feel your fingertips. Inhale. And exhale, bend the knees. Go ahead and bring your hands down to the mat. Step out into a gentle plank and drop your knees. Take your tail to your heels. Relax into a child's pose. Feel free to place a block right under your forehead. Notice if you're holding your head up. Sometimes we intuitively try to like manage the size of our head. Just let your head relax. Support your head where you need it. From your child's pose, we're gonna come back to tabletop. We're gonna drop our forearms, slide your feet behind you, coming back to Sphinx, but tuck your chin towards your body. Take a moment here. Let's take 3 rounds of breath. See if you can melt your hip bones towards your mat, if that feels okay. We're gonna slowly make our way into a gentle crocodile, but try to put the other hand on top this time, if you can remember, and then draw your forehead down and take a rest. Really focusing on your breath work here. That's right. We're going to be getting into that hip opener on the opposite side. We're gonna take our time arriving there. So after you've taken your final breath, we're going to bring our hands by our side. We're gonna press up into like a little sill on a rock. Feel free to press into the top of your feet and lift a little higher if that feels good for you. Find your breath. Whether you're on a sill or an up dog, we're gonna gently drop our knees, bring our tail to our heels. Take a nice little stretch, like you're inviting a stretch into your body. I like to bring my knees together, press my palms towards the mat, and I'm like looking for that stretch down toward my side body, into my tailbone. We're gonna come into all four. We're going to tuck our chin around our spine for mad cat. We're gonna skip happy cow. Press the earth away from you. And look for an exhale and release center. Wag your puppy tail, ear to shoulder on each side. And then you can take a happy cow when you're ready. Inhaling your nose toward the earth. And toward the sky. And before we move into that next posture, we're going to release our spine, neutralize, tuck the toes, walk your hands toward your toes as you lift up into a yogi ball. Take a moment here. Again, if you want this to be about balance, you can offer that. Otherwise, this can be simply just about the moment, breath, and the yogi toes. Relax your shoulders, your jaw, release any tension in your body. One more round of breath. Taking your time, we're gonna slowly make our way back to tabletop, flatten your feet. And we're going to bring in the left foot in between the thumb. That's right, we're gonna tuck the toe, we're gonna lift that knee behind us. We're gonna hang out here for a little bit. Feel free to use your blocks here in your low lunge. Also, feel free to drop your knee and flatten your foot if that feels better for you. Eye gazes are down toward your toes. Relax any tension in the back of your neck through your jaw. That's right. One more round of breath. And whenever you are ready, we're gonna walk that left hand on the inside of that left foot and walk that left foot towards the edge of the mat. And of course, we're gonna get into that dragon or that lizard. You're gonna drop that knee, flatten that foot, and check in with this side of your body. Maybe you need something totally different over here. Feel free to move around, figure it out. And whenever you can, see if you can settle in. And this isn't one of those practices like a traditional yin where you hold the pose even through the discomfort. If you're feeling any discomfort, feel free to wiggle around, make some adjustments, move as much as you need, and still focus on your breath. When we do these type of postures and we do it for what I called emotional release, right? It's not that you're having an immediate response, but that you're encouraging your body to let go of whatever it's trying to do. So if it's trying to hold the stress, if it's trying to hold the strength, if it's not letting go, if it's telling you a message, but you're not listening, we want to encourage the body to feel comfortable with kind of letting it go, moving things around. It's like a massage. As soon as you start playing with one knot, it sort of keeps moving until you get to all of them or you move it through the body. Essentially, that's what we're doing. That's right. Finding your breath. Enjoying one big round of breath to finalize this posture. Yes, that was a big one over there. I love it. Take your time, walk your foot in between your hands. It might feel a little bit creaky. Tuck the toe, lift that back knee, and step forward. Come back into that fold. Pedal things out, bendy, stretchy. Move the body intuitively. Shake your head, release your jaw. That's right. Pedaling it out, letting go any tension. We're gonna this time come right into that yogi ball. Now you stay here, I'm going to swivel. I just don't want everyone swiveling. Everyone does the swivel with me. So from your yogi ball, we're gonna take one more round of breath. And I'm going to offer you a functional movement so you can somehow find your tail on the earth. If you need to do your knees to get there, you need to drop from a side, honor that. Otherwise, see if you can just kind of make your way seated. It's a functional movement, right? That's right, we can do it. Yes, okay. It's funny because adults will get stuck in a pose like, what am I doing? Okay, we've got this. All right, we're gonna bring the bottoms of the feet back together. And this time we're gonna take a deep inhale. Exhale, tuck your chin, round your spine, fold forward. See if you can just go right into your little clam. Any variation of your choice. Now your hips are much more open, or at least much more warm. And if you do want to apply a little bit of pressure, so as long as you're not forcing anything, please honor that. Maybe peace fingers of big toes, maybe letting your elbows rest into your inner thighs. Whatever feels really awesome. We're going to take 5 deep rounds of breath. Finalize your 5 rounds of breath, slowly rise. Take your time. We're going to draw the knees together. We're going to give ourselves a hug. Your hands can thread under or over, whatever feels best. And just take a moment, feel your body, feel your breath. Notice where there's tension. Notice where there's tightness. Offer yourself some love and gratitude. Maybe wiggle your toes, spread your toes. And then we're going to slowly make our way all the way onto our back. So again, functional, find your way there as you see fit, right? When you arrive, we're going to take our hands overhead, our feet in the opposite direction. We're going to stretch the body. And then we're going to turn into a little banana. Yes, banana asana is a real word. I thought I made it up, but I didn't. We're going to just take our feet maybe towards one side of the mat, and our hands are going to follow. You're going to turn into a little banana. And we're just going to get that gentle, deep side body stretch. Looking for your own exhale, just take it over to the other side. And enjoy the stretch. Whenever you're ready, exhale yourself back to center and draw your knees into your body, which I'm sure we will all enjoy. Go ahead and rock from side to side or make big circles in the sky, getting a little massage in the back of your body. Whatever feels great. Both directions if you need to switch. And then we're going to drop our feet, keep our knees pointing. We're going to take a nice traditional bridge. Bring your hands down by your side. Take a moment, make sure your neck isn't crunched or bunched. Make sure your shoulders are grounded. Walk your feet or your heels a little bit closer towards your tail. And feel free to feel the bottoms of your feet, the bottoms of your hand pressing into your mat. And then take a deep inhale and exhale. And on your next inhale, press into your feet and your palms. Lift your hips. Feel that stretch in your quadricep. And then exhale, slowly release. We're going to take 2 more, nice and gentle. Take your time, don't go fast. Mostly pay attention to how the bottoms of your feet feel pressing into the mat. You're gonna lower nice and slow, and as you feel your tail press into the mat, feel your feet press into the floor as you lift and rise. On this last one, we're gonna hold it for one deep round of breath. And then slowly exhale. We're gonna do some gentle windshield wipers of the legs. Your hands can go wherever you like, overhead, on your hips, on your belly, whatever feels best. Really feeling that stretch in your side body, feeling that stretch through your lumbar spine, getting into the twist, feeling your shoulders nice and grounded. And now we're going to do 3 rounds of articulated bridges, but before we do, let's just do a little bit of pelvic shifting and tilting. So I like to bring my fingers on top of my hip bones, sort of like I'm stirring like a jet, you know? So as I inhale my pelvis to 12 o'clock toward my nose. As I exhale my pelvis and tilt it toward my toes. You can feel that little lift in your lumbar spine. And then just take a few rounds here. And then when you're ready, you're gonna slowly peel your spine off of the mat as you tilt your pelvis towards your nose. So you're gonna feel your spine flatten onto the earth, slowly pressing into your feet, peel your spine up, lift your hips up. Only your shoulders remain. As you exhale, it's imagining you're gluing your spine back down onto the earth, onto the mat. And the tailbone will be the last thing to float down as you tilt your pelvis towards your toes. Take 2 more rounds at your own pace. And then take windshield wipers and release any tension you might have stirred up. Really getting into those deeper inhalations, as deep as it feels comfortable for you. And allowing yourself to exhale, pretending you're playing that saxophone and you have no breath left, but you need one more note to play. And just exhaling that last note out. And again, when you've completed your rounds, feel free to take those gentle windshield wipers. We're gonna do some figure 4s on each side. If you do not like figure 4s, one of my other go-tos is just crossing one leg over the other and drawing both knees toward my chest. Otherwise, you can cross one leg over the other leg and thread your hands through. You can keep both knees bent, you can keep one leg lengthened, or again, you can completely cross the leg over and just draw the knees toward your body, or you can even maybe capture your ankles, whatever feels best for you. We will be living here for about 5 rounds of breath. So find your posture and then notice your breath. And of course, when you are done, option to do windshield wipers or just draw the knees into your body, whatever feels best for you before you take it on the opposite side. No rush, take your time. Maybe some good morning stretches, whatever feels really, really just delicious to your muscles. And then you're going to do your 5 rounds of breath in your figure 4, your stacking of the logs on the other side. Whenever you're ready. As you slowly make your way out of this pose, take your time, stretch your body, release any tension. And then when you're ready, we're going to bring our knees back, pointing up, feet on the mat, hip distance apart. You're going to shift your hips all the way over to the left side of your mat and drop your knees to the right. Just getting into a gentle twist. You can place a block in between your knees. Your eyes can go in the opposite direction of your knees, whatever you need to do just to get a little bit more twisty and comfortable. You can even stagger your legs a little bit. Just a nice gentle twist. Drawing one last round of breath here. Take a moment and feel a bit of engagement through your center as you draw your hips back in line with your spine. Take a moment. I like to do a few pelvic tilts here. And then of course, when you're ready, you can shift your hips to the opposite side and let your knees slowly float down. And whatever that looks like for you in this gentle twist. Bringing your awareness back to your breath if your thoughts start to intrude. Taking one more round of breath. Engaging through your core, through your center. Bring yourself back through to a neutralized spine. Take a moment, maybe lengthen your legs, stretch, maybe lift your legs overhead, stretch, whatever feels good. Check in with yourself. And then we'll have a few minutes to enjoy our final rest. Whatever that looks like for you. Maybe it's traditional Shavasana. Maybe it's lying on your side, legs up the wall. Whatever you need here. Take a moment, allow yourself to soften. Allow your normal, natural breath to come back to your practice. As you allow yourself to settle in, just reminding yourself of your intention you set, your why, allowing the gratitude for your personal practice to calm through the body, through the mind, into your spirit. Beginning to breathe life throughout your body. Wiggling your toes, your fingers. Perhaps rolling over onto your right side, curling into a little ball. Allowing your eyes to stay soft, begin to float like a feather to a seat. Taking your time. Perhaps it might make sense for you today to bring your hands over your heart, or maybe the hands, palms facing up atop of your legs. And just take a moment with self. May we offer each other lots of love, sending it all around the room into the ether. And remember to share all of that love and invite peace out into our community. Enjoying the rest of your day. Go in peace. Namaste. Thanks, everyone. Enjoy the rest of your day. If you have nowhere to be and nowhere to go, we're here until 3:30. You can stay with us. We're gonna be in a great afternoon practice. So yeah. Thank you. See you all soon.